every sector of the economy is crying over the yoke of hardship occasioned by fuel price hike and energy issues. The Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, BON, a body representing broadcast stations in Nigeria, has cried out over skyrocketing costs of operation due to high costs of petrol and diesel. In a statement, the Executive Secretary of BON, Yemisi Bamgbose, said broadcast stations are gasping for breath and warned that if there's nothing done urgently to arrest the situation, they might be forced to shut down. Jide, diesel, some very difficult to access. The prices, you can't even just say this, you can predict then, even accessing it, and the way the prices are, you know, is fluctuating. So a lot of broadcast stations, especially those ones that they are into 24-hour service, you have to broadcast the power supply. You can't get power supply for 12 hours, so you have to support it with diesel if you have to be on air for 24/7.
You know, this thing got really bad in the last 2 weeks when we had those two
collapse of the national grid.
Even before the collapse of the grids 2 times, we had been having epileptic power supply because of gas constraints, because of the breaching of gas pipelines by vandals, and other problems, all kinds of problems affecting not just the transmission leg of the power sector, but the generation itself. What is the point in having generating companies that do not have enough access to gas? And if we have a situation in which just six of the critical gencos do not have access to gas supply, will have a system collapse. It's just bound to happen. Because right now, the level of water at our 3 hydro plants, Shiroro, Kainji, and Jeba, it's gone down drastically because we are in the dry season. That is normal. So, with that situation, and
the fallback should
not having access to gas, you are not going to have enough power supply. That was what triggered this big problem. Look at Beat 99.9 FM sent out a message. We will be shutting down at 8:30 p.m. today due to diesel shortage. We have to ration. We will be back tomorrow. We will keep you updated.
Beat FM is a major player.
Yes. It's one of the best. Now, this is just one media company.
Yes, out of like 46 radio stations. The
problems they are facing.
Yes.
Immediately, diesel went to like 700 naira per liter and 800 in some cases. You know, it just kept moving, Yes, when I was in Onitsha, it was 540 at one point. Suddenly, it went to 580. It just kept going because we do not refine petroleum products. People talk about, oh, it's because of Putin's...
And they claim to have deregulated the industry.
No, when they deregulate, and you are not refining, you are now reliant totally on the the price in the international market and the landing cost, because it's being brought in from those who are refining. You are not refining now. So it's bound to increase the cost. The landing cost will make this thing a lot more expensive. That is what we are seeing. We don't have a choice. Those refineries, if we cannot get them to work and we are wasting money, the money we are wasting on them, we can build new refineries. So if we build new refineries, the cost of what is it called? The cost of petrol and diesel will not be as high as it is. Definitely.
Even in the United States of America right now, there is a kind of price increase and there's scarcity.
Yeah, because there are 2 reasons for it. The first one is the war in Ukraine. Because of the war in Ukraine, the price of crude, Brent crude, has gone up.
It has gone up.
And when the price of Brent crude will go up, it will affect the price of the end product, because those refineries need this crude to be able to get to diesel and petrol. That's the first problem. The second problem has to do with the bad fuel that was imported. Because of the bad fuel that was imported, they have to abandon, they have to record the fuel and then started importing. Because they were probably known there was scarcity of fuel. Because there was scarcity of fuel, priority was given to jets that were bringing in fuel. So a lot of ships that were supposed to bring in diesel were now allowed to berth because priority was given to fuel. And because priority was given to fuel, there was scarcity. That was why the price kept going up, because only few people that have enough in storage, they're the ones that can sell. And when demand outstrips supply, in simple arithmetic, the price will go up. But eventually, the price will come down. You know, the 800 naira is artificial. But it won't come down to what it used to be because of what is happening in Ukraine. Because of what is happening in Ukraine, the price of crude is going up. And when it goes up like that, the price of diesel will also go up because it's deregulated. So
Today it's not easy. Let's use TVC as a case study. You know the number of power generating sets that we've used and we've abandoned. And you can see the quantum of this thing that we consume. At a point in time, it was very, very bad before we used that. We sought other alternatives.
The way to even look at it is, okay, there were days here when for 21 hours we didn't have public electricity in this company. So you can imagine,
and we have to keep the radio station and the TV station, we have to keep them.
You want to be on air for 24 hours. Now, just imagine how many liters you will consume in one day. In one day. In fact, some of the very big media companies do up to 700 in a day.
Yeah, and that's huge amount of money.
Yes. So, at 700 naira per liter or even 800, is tough for people. And before now, they were complaining that before now, because of the value of the naira, broadcast equipment you have to buy, when you have to repair, that is when you discover that, look, the prices have gone up rapidly.
Very difficult.
So we are now approaching what happened in the print media. When suddenly the price of newsprint went up, and government was pleaded with that, look, do something, bring down the import duty, the duty on newsprint. They refused. Then suddenly too, vehicles that are used to distribute newspapers, because of the downturn in the economy and because a lot of our own plants here folded up, they had to pay so much money to buy vans for delivery. It got to a point that some newspapers were now sharing the same van. If you are going to Ibadan, okay, we'll give you our own.
You collocate.
Yes, they do. So gradually, newspapers began to die. Government deliberately, by its policies, asphyxiated the print media. They showed no mercy when they could have done something to say, okay, let's reduce. The information is important. Let's even say, okay, we are reducing the duty. Entreaties were made by Nepal. Government didn't listen. So now newspapers, do you know how many newspapers have died as a result of that? If it now gets to the electronic media, as we are seeing now, when these people are coming, and taxation all over the place, local government will come for tax, state government will come for tax, an economy that is stagnant, yet we are about to tax people to death. I mean, it's terrible.
Lagos presently, we have like 46 radio stations in Lagos, television stations, you can count them on and on, and to survive.
And advert spend is going down.
It's going down, yes.
Mayor is an advert, I mean, it's a media baron himself. You can't
compare what it used to be.
Yes,
advert spend is going down.
In fact, I'm scared for small-scale radio stations that are owned by young professionals who are just starting up.
Honestly,
you understand? How they survive using diesel 24 hours is a miracle. So we should just pray that different segments, critical segments of our society will not collapse because of this, our economic situation. That's what we can only pray for.